In the middle of the coastline along the East China, there is a tourist attraction city, Rian, an ancient city with a history of more than 1,000 years. The mobile type of printing has found its heritage in two villages in the southwest mountainous region of the city. One is called Dongyuan Village in Pingyangken Township, and the other is called Xiqian Village in Caochun Township. This is the only known place where this ancient printing technique is still being used today. In the middle of the 11th century, Bishan invented the clay mobile type printing technique. And later, in the middle 12th century, it was used for the printing of Buddhist straw in the Western Xia dynasty. Afterwards, movable characters made of bronze and tin appeared. At present, in some places of Rian, Zhejiang province, mobile type printing is still being used. According to the record of genealogy of Clan Wang in Taiyuan Prefecture, in the early 13th century, a person named Wang Fangmao began to compile and printing genealogy of families and clans for the local folks. This technique has ever since become an important way of living for the Wang descendants and thus passed on from generation to generation. The printing and binding of the ancient mobile type printing technique are very primitive. Since only a few copies of the genealogy of clan are needed, all the printing work is done by hand. The following are the main technological processes. Molds of characters. Molds must be made in the first place. This is done by selecting a kind of wood called birch leaf pear, which is both hard and tough. These molds will then be polished so that the characters can be written on and engraved easily. Character writing and engraving. In mobile type of printing, character writing and engraving is not an easy job. First, one should use a writing brush to write the characters to be engraved on the wooden molds reversely. The script is old song typeface, an official typeface used in the old times on occasions such as making notices and announcements. The key points to engravings are writing reversely, that is, from right to left, first horizontally, then vertically, then left falling stroke. And lastly, cut off the blank side and angles of the wood with a knife to make the character protruding. Characters indexing or outpicking. Picking out characters is the most important step in mobile type printing. The speed of character outpicking and the accuracy of character recognition will directly influence the efficiency of typesetting and the quality of printing. In order to finish the work quickly without making any mistakes, such as missing or wrongly outpicking characters, the ancestors of one clan invented a unique rhyme for picking out characters, which is passed on from generation to generation. And one of the basic courses for the new apprentice is to learn how to recite the rhyme.
正月立地多，举夫上云列，神明十里内，本大圣风节，节美翁一世，给予龙流山，国内无所要，若然受集群。
The 160 character mnemonic rhyme covers the majority part of Bushou, the radical of Chinese characters, which is read with the local accent of Rian, rhythmically and easy to use and remember. Printing. When picked out according to the article, these modes of characters will be arranged on the printing board, ready to be printed. Before printing, the ink stick must be rubbed on an ink slab to make the ink, which will be dipped with a brush and placed on a ready wooden board to be painted evenly on the printing board. Now take a piece of quality sham paper and then move a special core brush on the paper to and fro, backward and forward, so as to ensure the paper to absorb enough ink from the molds of characters. It is a skillful job using the ink and the brush. When the sham paper is lifted, a piece of fine and delicate mobile type printing work will present itself before our eyes. When scores or hundreds of pieces of paper are printed, the genealogy makers will proceed to the next steps, such as punching holes, cutting margins, binding thread, and finally, a book with antique flavor is ready. With a history of more than 700 years, the mobile type printing in Dongyuan and Xichen villages of Ruiyang are the only non-ancient printing technique of China that is still being used today. The reason that the mobile type of printing can be preserved in the mountainous region of Ruiyang is simply out of the necessity of compiling genealogy of clans among the folks, and it's being a traditional way of making living in the countryside to be handed down. When a new apprentice comes into this profession and wants to master the whole set of mobile type printing techniques, he has to learn a series of handicraft such as Chinese calligraphy, engraving, and ink making. This cannot be mastered in 2 or 3 years. The learning process is very hard and the pay is rather low. Most young people of today want to pursue a life in newly developed fields connected with modern science and technology. They don't want to learn the traditional handicraft such as mobile type printing, which facing the danger of extinction. In the beginning of the 20th century, mobile type printing was still in use in dozen provinces in China, but today it is practiced only in 2 villages of Ruiyang. In the 60s of 20th century, 70% of the villagers in Dongyuan village were engaged in the mobile type printing in compiling and printing genealogy of clans. In the 80s, however, only 12 people remained. Until today, the number has reduced to only 7 in the 2 villages, all aged over 50 years old. To protect and pass on the mobile type printing technique, the government of Ruiyang invested 600,000 RMB in 2004 to build the mobile type printing exhibition hall in Dongyuan village, which occupies a floor area of 1,670 square meters. In 2006, the municipal government established the mobile type printing exhibition hall in Xichen village. In 2008, examined and approved by the Ministry of Culture of China, the mobile type printing of Ruiyang was listed in the second group of National Intangible Cultural Heritage. In January 2008, with the approval of the government of Zhejiang province, 2 people, Wang Chaohui and Lin Chuying, were on the list of representative successors at the provincial level. At the same time, many related cultural relics have been collected, and books and other materials of historic interest have been displayed in the exhibition halls. Moreover, 2 sets of wooden character molds and mobile type printing equipment have been set up, and 3 masters in this field have been invited to operate on the scene. Visitors here can watch the whole process of mobile type printing. To further safeguard and preserve the mobile type printing technique, the government of Ruiyang has made positive plans and put forward safeguarding measures to protect it effectively. They have increased the fund for the protection and have strengthened the cultivation of successors of the technique. They have prepared to set up an organization called Association of China Mobile Type Printing, and they have enlarged and perfected the mobile type printing exhibition hall. In the 2 exhibition halls, they are now fostering and supporting the printing of rare and ancient books. We believe that through carrying out of the above safeguarding measures, the traditional handicraft of mobile type printing of China is sure to be better preserved and passed on.